What's up, guys? Lee Canfield, Todd Myers, Nation TV here, backstage MCW with DJ Hyde. What's going on, man?
What's up, Lee?
How you doing?
See you guys. Good to see you guys.
Now, DJ, you've been up and down the coast. I mean, you're just a badass. Everyone knows it. You know, how'd you get your start in this business?
It's actually a long story, but
We got time.
yeah, we got time. So I'll try to make it short. Basically, I was a football guy. Look at me, I'm a huge kid. Tore my MCL, my ACL, all the way down. Couldn't play ball anymore. Basically, lost my ride. I was a 3-year All-American. I went to Penn State, full scholarship. Came back, sat in a wheelchair, put on 218 pounds, sitting in a wheelchair. Went out to the real world. Had some personal issues, which we'd get into later if you want, which is pretty much how my gimmick got started. And I went to a CZW show somewhere in New Jersey. I can't remember the town, and I went with a friend. It was like going to ECW. Met John Zandig. Talked to him maybe 10 minutes. Probably the most intimidating man you ever met in your life. If you guys ever get to meet John. And then from there, I started training with John Dahmer. Training has kind of went from there. Started CZW, trained with Off the Wild Samoan, Homicide and Low Key at the Doghouse, Les Thatcher, Al Snow, and if you can ever train with those two men or any of those pops, please do it if you're a wrestler, because it will definitely help you. A lot of other guys, I've done some other stuff, done a little bit of stuff. I went down to FCW for 2 weeks, Ohio Valley clinics, done JBL clinic, which was awesome, a couple other things that have helped me out, but it's pretty much why my training is developed, and that's how I got started.
So what was your first match you had? Where was it at? Promotion?
My first match, in front of fans,
Yeah, I guess.
was actually against John Dahmer in 2001. I wrestled, it was me and him against Greg Matthews, who you might remember from Tough Enough, from the very first one, and Rockin' Rebel, and I'm sure a lot of people remember Rebel. And unfortunately, we suffered defeat in that match. But it was kind of one of those things where I was just showing up, putting the ring together, and they said, "You're working." They didn't even have real wrestling gear or anything. They had boots and pads and all that stuff. But I looked kind of stupid, but took it from there.
Now, you mentioned CZW earlier. People who know CZW know the ultra-violent connection that's with that, you know, and just the whole mystique around CZW. What's it just like wrestling up there, man? I mean, just the atmosphere and being told you're going to be in one of these crazy-ass matches.
Well, CZW, how can I explain this? Before I get into CZW, let me explain what it is first. CZW isn't all about ultra-violence. We have some of the best wrestlers in the world there. Trust me, there's guys, especially MCW guys, Sabian, Ruckus, Joker's been down there, Adam Cole, or Corell as they call him. And you know, there's a lot of other guys up there that I could go on and list, but they're known for the ultra violence. I've been in 3 and will be in 4 tournament of deaths going on at the end of June. I've also done King of the Death match. I have scars, which you can't really see. I mean, look at my head, although my hair is a little green. I got a bubblegum scar there.
We can see it.
The first match I did that was an ultra violent match was against Necro Blitzer, something that they called the Ultra Violent Underground. No fans. It was an underground type style match. I believe it was in 2003. And all I can remember is my jaw hitting, and the next thing I know, I have a scar right here that Necro put. You might not see it because my hair's growing. It's right there. The Necro actually put a drill into my head, and you could feel it on my skull. There's another one, that same drill is back right here somewhere. I can't see it, but it's there somewhere. And where he actually took that drill and repeatedly beat me with things. I mean, you name it. From there, it's kind of, you kind of pick and choose where you go. You kind of take it as you go. I mean, when you're in one of those matches, your main goal is to not get hurt and to make things make sense, which is really tough because people just want to kill each other. It's a mind state. You know, I have a high pain tolerance.
Well, in addition to your wrestling, you also are active in training younger wrestlers, the next generation.
A lot of the guys that I've trained, I mean, if you're familiar with MCW and guys from this area, because this is focused on Maryland Championship Wrestling, Ryan McBride, Teddy Stigma, Drew Gulak, Adam Carell or Cole or whatever you want to call him, Tyler Veritas down here. say who else is down here that I've had some Champagne. There's a ton of guys at CZW, and there's a few other guys that are in another Maryland promotion down here. Joe Gacy. I mean, the list goes on and on. I've even helped Eric Cobian, big monster here, a little bit. Most recently, I brought out Snowdown, helped all these guys.
Yeah.
Patrick Rink was there. A lot of the RBC guys were there. Guys I've never even seen just showed up and was like, hey.
Wow.
So,
How did you get involved with the training aspect of the business?
originally at CZW, I've been a trainer at 5 different schools, on and off. I've done EWA for a while. When Teddy and Ryan started, I've done CZW. I've helped out at WXW. I've helped out at Jersey All Pro when they had their first school with Homicide and them. And then I've done some other training with some various Jersey places that kind of arise here and there. Jim Kentner, I did some stuff with him for a while because he's real local to my house, but he doesn't have a building anymore. And training guys is just something that I kind of wanted to do. I like helping it. Guys in the back, they don't know, but when Adam Carell comes back through that locker room, he's going to know I'm going to be the first guy waiting for him, and yelling at him or telling him, you did this right, or what did you think of this, or whatever it is. I kind of just fell into it, though. At CZW, John Dahmer was a trainer, the head trainer. We had tons. I've learned stuff from tons of other guys, but he had some things in his personal life just change. I mean, a lot of the wrestlers, we don't make a living off this sometimes. Sometimes you can, but his work schedule changed, and I kind of fell into it. And then the school started taking off and expanding, and then I think I really got serious with it because I trained with Chris Hero and Mike Quackenbush for 2 years, and the CCW Chikara Wrestling Academy combined. And then when that combined, 2004 or 5, I can't remember, one of those years. When that combined, it kind of isolated things where we had a set program where Quack was there on Tuesdays, I was there on Wednesdays, Hero was there on Thursdays, and Quack would take the new class. I had an open gym on Wednesday where everybody could come, and it would be a totally different style. And then Hero, you had to be invited to be there with Hero. And then we would kind of switch it up where I would take the first day. And, it worked like that for about a year. And then after that, some things kind of changed. And it's business.
Well, we are here at MCW. You came back here, maybe 1-2 shows ago, a couple shows ago. You made your return back to MCW. What's on the agenda for MCW, man, and where you got your sights set, goals?
Right now in MCW, I have the same goal that I think everybody here should, to be the MCW heavyweight champion. Now, of course, I've hooked up with the Bruiser and Dino Divine, 2 guys that have. Bruiser, I've been in some wars with the Bruiser all over Maryland, and I've had some phenomenal fun, and I have a tremendous respect for him, and I think that I've taken that with those guys, and those guys are going to help me get to where I want to be. Crowd, they seem to think I suck, if I recall. They chanted that for about 5 to 10 minutes last month. My goals are to eventually take Ruckus down. If it ain't Ruckus, it doesn't matter to me who it is, whether it's anything. If I'm with my 2 boys, hey, Teddy and Ryan, I taught you kids everything you ever knew. Especially Ryan McBride. I've taken that kid everywhere I could ever possibly wanted to go. And I'm a little bit big. All of us have this. We keep losing weight. Definitely keep losing. Dino lost 10 pounds. That's impressive. Yes, it's very impressive. Still got hair back. Man, if you guys seen that promo for last month,
Oh, we got it.
he needs a man group.
We got it. Well, you know what, fans? If you want to stay tuned, we're going to let this man run because the show's going to start soon. But we're going to sit down with him, hopefully in the next couple months, and get a full interview with him. Everything you wanted to know about DJ Hyde.